there are three topics: physiotherapy, occupational therapy, and yoga. We are going to connect all of them. WHO is also in recent times suggested a fourth dimension of spiritual health, Adhyatmik Swasthya, but has fallen short of defining it without confusing it with religion. So ये religion बीच में आ गया. So they have not added the spiritual health because they had to take the cognizance of spiritual dimensions because of our yoga. Uh, Now we will see the history of physiotherapy. How did it start? I'm not going to read out the whole slide, but only the era in the world, how physiotherapy, when it started. By 1813 in Sweden, he was considered as father of Swedish gymnastics. 1887 in Sweden, they officially recognized physical therapy, gave the treatment, and there was a national board of healthcare, health and welfare. Then in Great Britain also in 1894, in New Zealand in 1913, in Otago in Oregon in 1914, and then there was a growing recognition throughout the world, especially during World War. Lots of wounded soldiers there was a they were physically वो शारीरिक मानसिक दृष्टिया अपंग थे. They were handicapped, and so they had to think of they are going beyond medicines and surgery. They had to think from their physical and mental rehabilitation. And so there was in America also there was Mary Macmillan. She was called as mother of physical therapy. And in India, it's the movement started in ये 1952 से चालू हुआ, जब when there was epidemic like today's pandemic, there was an epidemic of poliomyelitis. And of course, poliomyelitis has residual deficits in the physical body. Many muscles get paralyzed, and so rehabilitation was needed. And in 1953, first center of physiotherapy was established by central government by a collaborative project by central state government and BMC in Bombay. In 1962, official Indian Association of Physiotherapists started. We will see the definition of physiotherapy. It is a health science, of course, healthcare profession जो स्वास्थ्य के लिए स्वास्थ्य की थेरेपी व्हेन वो जब इंसान से पेशेंट रुग्ण यानी मरीज बन जाता है. सो दैट दिस ट्रैवल इज व्हेन द ट्रैवल इज फ्रॉम नॉर्मल पर्सन इंसान से पेशेंट रुग्ण या मरीज. So when this travel takes place, a person comes for physiotherapy, not otherwise. So examination, then evaluation, diagnosis, what has happened exactly, what is the problem with patient, so localization of problem, and then physical intervention, that is आपका treatment. So ये physiotherapy का basic concept और principles है. Definition भी दिया है. सॉरी सब इंग्लिश में मैंने स्लाइड्स तैयार किया है, सो थोड़ा हिंदी वालों को ट्रांसलेट करके लेना पड़ेगा. Physiotherapy can be defined as treatment method. Therapy means treatment. Physio is body, so it is a bodily treatment which focuses on science of movement. ये जो हलचल है शरीर की, जो मूवमेंट्स है, उसका साइंस है. So what is the difference between physical education and physiotherapy? Physical education is for normals and physiotherapy is for the patient. So it is both are sciences, and this is science for healing, treatment. So science of movement and helps people to restore, that is वापस अपने पुनर स्थिति में आना, maintain and maximize their physical strength, function, motion and overall well-being. So whatever is lost during that sickness, illness, अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम आ गया है तो जो कुछ नुकसान हुआ है उसका 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 वापस हीलिंग करना है, उसको वापस गवाना, जो गवाया है उसको वापस हासिल करना, पाना. And it is by addressing the underlying physical issues, physical problems. Now this is a very ignorable slide, but some people ask what is the difference between physical therapy and physiotherapy. So physiotherapy is hands-on approach. So some massage, stretching, joint mobilization, where the and soft tissue release, where there is a physical contact of the therapist to of the patient. Therapist is who is practicing a physiotherapy is called physiotherapist. And physical therapy is more exercise based, where there is no direct contact, but there is a teaching or supervision or there is a demonstration. Exercise based approach for strengthening muscles, improving balance, etc. Modality used in physiotherapy, there are basically two modalities, electrotherapy and exercise therapy. Now, how electrotherapy came into existence? Now, like uh, seen and unseen. Now, electrotherapy is more of unseen, it is subtle. That is, whenever current passes through a biological structure, it creates some change in the energy fields, and some electrical energy gets converted into heat energy, sound energy, and it helps in healing, especially it helps in pain relief, it helps in rejuvenation of muscles. जो दर्द होता है वो कम करने के लिए, अगर ताकत कम हो गई है मसल्स की तो उनको, अगर मेरा पैरालिसिस है, अगर किसी में पैरालिसिस है, there is no nerve conduction, there is no muscle, there is muscle weakness, wherever is the problem, जहां भी प्रॉब्लम है तो वहां स्टिम्युलेशन करने से उनको आर्टिफिशियली स्टिम्युलेट कर सकते हैं, उसमें चेतना पैदा कर सकते हैं. तो अगर अंदर से चेतना बंद हो गई है तो बाहर से चेतना कर सकते हैं. Why I am saying it unseen? It is like new waves. Like we are talking on phone, but you can't see the waves. Similarly, you can't see that charge, you can't see that conduction, can't see the current inside, but you can see the effect. So the to gain that desired effect, desired change in the body, in muscles, in nerves, this electrotherapy is used, and depending upon the cause or depending upon जो भी problem है, problem can be in muscle, problem can be in the skin, problem can be in the nerve or in the brain, and a manifestation may be in the muscles. So there is a paralysis in the brain, but the muscles are visibly paralyzed. So इनके लिए depending upon the problem, the muscle, the electrotherapy is used. For example, shortwave therapy, shortwave diathermy. Once upon a time, this was called as a heart of physiotherapy clinic, because the healing, there is a magnetic field inside the body, it is created through pads, and the magnetic field, in that magnetic field there is a heating, so it heals the tissue. And electrotherapy may see, all the treatments are based on the principle, I have not mentioned the principle in the slides, बट यू स्टिम्युलेट, आप उधर चेतना पैदा करो ताकि वहां ब्लड सप्लाई बढ़े. ब्लड सप्लाई अगर बढ़ता है तो नेचुरल हीलिंग मैकेनिज्म, जो निसर्गतः कुदरत से जो हीलिंग मैकेनिज्म है कि वहां ब्लड का जो कंजेशन, रक्त संचय हुआ है, उसमें रक्त संचार पैदा हो, वो संचय सी flowing in river is always pure than a pond which is stagnated. So if the blood starts flowing in that localized particular area, then there is automatic healing because the fresh blood enters, the congested or collected blood is getting dispersed from that area, and there is a healing because the fresh oxygen, fresh nutrients are supplied, and waste products gets automatically vanish. It start getting going away from that particular part. So shortwave diathermy, but it has limitations. When there is a pacemaker, when there is artificial joint in the knee, in the shoulders, now there the surgical progress or development, जो operations में बड़े बड़े metallic implants अंदर body में डालते हैं, तो उनके लिए shortwave diathermy is never given because the heating is so intense that it can cause the burns inside the body. So then shortwave diathermy was replaced with IFT, that is interferential current therapy, which is harmless. And so nowadays it is a heart of physiotherapy department. Then there is ultrasound. Also, this is also not desirable for implants inside the body. Under the metallic कुछ भी है, तो ultrasound is not directly placed. If there is a shoulder में अगर ultrasound करना है and there is implant in the knee, that is okay. Then there are TENS, transcutaneous nerve stimulation, electrical stimulation. It is for revival of sensations in the body. Sometimes you get a sensory loss. So if you, now the principle behind it is when you give sensory input, you get motor output. So sensations are the main stimulate. Like you senses, आप अगर उनको संवेदना देंगे तो आपको motor means you get the order from the brain or order from the tissues. Then there is Faraday galvanic muscle stimulator. Kabhi kabhi there is a local paralysis, injection paralysis, or some fractures induced paralysis in the legs, in a distal part, that is half foot में आता है, fingers में आता है. Then these stimulators, they keep the status of muscles. अगर चेतना नहीं है तो मसल्स को काम नहीं है तो उधर वेस्टिंग होगा, पतले हो जाएंगे, मसल्स विल फॉरगेट देयर वर्क, देयर स्टेटस. तो उनको जब तक चेतना नहीं आती है, देयर मे बी रिकवरी ऑफ द नर्व रिकवरी इज वेरी वेरी स्लो. So till that recovery the muscle status have to be kept intact. उनको muscle power को, so you keep stimulating, give 150 stimulations, and muscle, the metabolism of muscles keeps intact and the nerve gradually stimulates. So the stimulator, then there is a traction for cervical and lumbar spondylosis. Then there is a wax bath for fingers and toes. When wax has heat retaining capacity, that heat remains in the body. So heat is again used in different modalities. There is a static heat and dynamic heat. So static heat, which is stored inside the body. Then infrared, which is a dry heat. Laser, it is a very deep heat again, and Russian current therapy. You don't need not remember all these things. See here, just now अभी विष्णु जी बोल रहे थे कि कुछ एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू एंड प्रैक्टिकल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू और नॉलेज पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. So the different point of views are there. But if the knowledge is come over your ears and goes, means it can be retained sometimes. So ये exam point of view में you don't need not remember all this. But if you will enjoy, if you know something, then there is exercise therapy. There are big 2 slides. I am going to just mention that exercise therapy is active and passive exercises. We are going to see in the details of what is active and passive. Then there are resisted exercises. You apply force, apply weight, do resisted. Then joint mobilization techniques. There is suspension therapy. What is suspension therapy? That is you hang a particular part of the body and make it move, because because of suspension there is no friction in the, if you put the part on the bed there is a friction of the bed, but if you suspend the part you need less power and you can move it very freely. There is hydrotherapy, that is you make use of water. There is a buoyancy force which is natural in the water and the part remain hang, so you need less power and you can make use of that buoyancy force for your treatment. Then there are relaxation techniques, there is stretching, there are biofeedback techniques in relaxation. See, mental stress. So biofeedback, what the electrodes are applied on the forehead, and you are told to think negative thoughts and intense anger and all, and you feel you can pick up the through electrodes, you can pick up the waves and you see the extra activity on the monitor. So and now you are told to breathe in slowly, relax continuous. आपको suggestion दिया जाता है. Then external suggestion will tell you relax, and you see, the patient sees on the monitor, oh, if I relax like this, my activity in the brain is less, and relaxation will help me in the healing. There are stretching techniques. There is PNF, proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. I will explain. What is proprioception? Proprioceptors are the sensors. मतलब ये they are the part of nerve fibers. They are in the joint, they are in the muscle, they everywhere the senses are put. So when you close eyes, you will come to know, still you know how I am opening the fist, I am closing the fist. So these are the proprioceptors. They are the sensors in the joint or in the muscle. And neuro, that is nerve, muscular, that is muscles. So there is a chetana, there is a supply. See, neuro is a supply, electrical supply. That electrical supply in the muscles is neuromuscular. Facilitation, you facilitate, you activate, आप उनको encourage करो. There is PNF technique. You get the problem, you aggravate the problem. And aggravation means what? It is a fuel in fire. There is already fire because of some problem, because of the pathology is there, but you are putting a fuel in that. So wrong postures will always add to the problem. So we have to correct that. Just correction of posture reduces your energy. Exercises, you need not do any exercises if you correct the posture. And in yoga we say posture is asana. So we are going to correlate in a few next few slides. Okay, now breathing exercises. Generally, physiotherapists give breathing exercises only for cardiopulmonary, that is heart and lung cases. But nowadays, it is slowly there is a improvement. उसमें अभी बढ़ रहा है. And postural drainage. What is postural drainage? See, sometimes the gravity is causing problems in all the disorders, in many disorders. Because of gravity there is old age, during old age because of gravity there is a stoop, there is a bending, there is means you slowly you gain, lose the energy. And because of gravity there is asthma getting aggravated. Why? Because the secretions or cough getting accumulated in the lower lobes of lungs. And to bring it towards, to clear that secretions, or unless you clear those secretions, your asthma will not get eradicated. So you make the patient upside down. So all the topsy-turvy postures, they do help in eradicating asthma very well. Bronchitis, pneumonia, up topsy-turvy, head low position. See, those who can't do Shirshasana, Sarvangasana, doesn't matter. You put the pillows under your abdomen and head down and abdomen up. So gradually it is upside down posture for the lungs, and lungs get drained very smoothly, because ultimately the cough is liquid. So make use of a quality of liquid, that it will always remain at the base of the vessel where in which it is kept. So liquid will gradually come down. So gravity, if it is aggravating the problem, you make use of that gravity for curing the problem. Like asthma, you make the patient head low, put the pillows underneath the abdomen in prone posture on tummy, and clear out all those secretions, which is done in physiotherapy. We call it a postural drainage, which is very useful. Uh, Now we will see the basics of occupational therapy, and we will see the difference also. The occupational therapy, again the definition: It's an art and science. See, it is not just a science, it is art. Why it is art? Because अपने lifestyle में, जीवन शैली में, art is very important from mental point of view. Science, physical therapy is a physical science, but occupational therapy, in that a physical and mental factor is also added of directing man's participation in selected task. मतलब human being should participate in selected task to restore, reinforce and enhance performance. Restore, as I explained, कि जो कुछ गवाया है, I have to bring it back. Reinforce means strengthen, add. You strengthen whatever is weak and enhance, speed up the performance. Whatever you have lost, आपका कुछ जो गया है, you have missed something, आपका performance, it is your क्षमता, it is your capacity. So performance is more given importance to the facility, to facilitate learning those skills and functions essential for adaptation and productivity. So here comes that social and economic rehabilitation. Productivity means what? You have to give some effect, you have to produce something for your livelihood, for your survival. आपको जीना है तो आपको कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा, and you have to get adapted to the nature, to the external environment, which is a basic nature of human being, but we have lost that during our illness. Because अपना जो कुछ गवाया है, अपनी क्षमता है कि बाहर के वातावरण से समायोजन करना, मतलब जुड़ जाना, उसको उसके साथ मिलजुल कर रहना और अपनी क्षमता को प्रस्थापित करना. तो डिमिनिश और करेक्ट द पैथोलॉजी, जो कुछ इलनेस की वजह से अपने जो निर्माण हुआ है, जो अपनी एबनॉर्मेलिटीज, जो कुछ नहीं होना चाहिए, वो उसको निकाल देना है. जो कुछ रॉन्ग मेथड्स है उसको करेक्शन करना है, टू प्रमोट एंड मेंटेन द नॉर्मल हेल्थ, स्वास्थ्य के लिए. इसमें भी हिस्ट्री है, आई विल नॉट अगेन गो इनटू द डिटेल्स, बट in American Occupational Therapy Association, William Dunton, he was the supporter and promoter of occupational therapy. Now this is comparatively in the later age. Physiotherapy के बाद occupation आया. Why? Because he thought that occupation is a basic human need and that occupation is therapeutic. See why? From this his statement came some of the basic assumptions of occupational therapy, which include occupational therapy has positive effect on health and well-being. It creates a structure and organizes the time, and occupation brings meaning to life culturally and personally. See now culture, personality, it came into existence, and person means it's a human mind. Your human action depends on your mind. So your action dynamic of or you can say kinesiology, is movement, depends on your mind. So occupations are individual, people value different occupations. So all these considerations, his assumptions brought occupational therapy into existence. And history in India, I would like to go into the details, because occupational therapy is more resembling, it is coming closer to yoga. The first department of occupational therapy was established in KEM Hospital in 1950. So, and before becoming, the history by Mrs. Kamala Nimkar, she was me, Elizabeth Lundy, who created the department in Asia and in India, that is 1950. And she was BA in Economics and Statistics, and from Columbia University. And she was a socially activist, and she was interested in occupational therapy after she came across an article by Mrs. Helen Willard and I can't see the slide. She was an occupational activist, and then she went back to United States, and at the age of 45 she enrolled in occupational therapy program at Philadelphia Schools of Occupational Therapy. And after attaining the degree, she came to India. In 1950 she established the department. 1957 she got retired from Bombay. She went to Nagpur. Another department was developed, and we'll see the fundamental goal. As I said, development of capacity throughout the lifespan. So it is not just pertaining to the goal of healing that particular local pathology. एक अवयव में जो डिफेक्ट है, जो प्रॉब्लम है, उसको हील करना, यह सीमित गोल, अपना सीमित लक्ष्य नहीं है. तो अपना पूरी लाइफ में हमको अपनी क्षमता को पकड़ के रखना, क्षमता को धारण करना, to perform with satisfaction to self and others those tasks and skills essential to productive quality of life, productive quality of living, to mastery of self and environment. And occupational performances, what are the performances? So now the detailing starts. मतलब अभी physiotherapy is not sufficient. Why? Because only exercises will not help. It has definitely positive and बहुत अच्छा इफेक्ट है इन रिस्टोरेशन. बट अभी हाथ तो अच्छा हो गया, बट और पैर अच्छा हो गया, बट आई कॉन्ट, आई हैव फॉरगॉटन वॉकिंग इन लास्ट होल ईयर व्हेन आई गॉट पैरालिसिस. अभी मैं पैरालिसिस हो गया, लेकिन चलने का क्या? एंड व्हाट अबाउट अदर एक्टिविटीज? और अभी समझो पैरालिसिस हो गया, तो आई एम इन बेड रिडन, आई एम बेड रिडन, सो हु विल टेक केयर ऑफ मी? सो all these problems or performances came into existence. So self-care activities, work activities, play and leisure activities, you can take the whole lifestyle of the day-to-day activities, feeding, dressing, hygiene, grooming, transferring, manipulation, right from the day one of illness. A therapist makes them aware of what is remaining. What the patient is negative, I have lost, मेरा ये गया, देखो मेरा हाथ नहीं हिल रहा है. एक हाथ को फ्रैक्चर है, बट all other hand and two legs and your other capacities are intact. The patient is negative, he is focused at whatever is lost, but remaining 75% you are okay. So you make use of that and work activities. Again, now patient loses something when he becomes patient. एक्सीडेंट हो गया, बेड में है, एक साल बेड में रहकर व्हाट विल ही ईट? सो उसका मोबिलिटी राइट फ्रॉम द डे वन क्या क्या कर सकता है? कैन ही गो टू द स्कूल विथ क्रचेस, विथ केन, विथ वॉकर? ओके, देन as early as possible he should resume his work in home, in school, in home, at workplace, at family management should be also done. They should be independent in everything. Play, leisure activities, games, sports, hobbies, social activities. Now paralysis, lower body paralysis. You all know there are sports for paraplegics, but you need to train them because they have a tremendous mental effect. That my body, I can't walk, I can't move my body. I'm dependent on somebody 24/7 for mobility, from moving, locomotion. Locomotion is moving from one place to another. So I can't move. So how will I move? So for temporary, there are disabilities which are, some are permanent, some are temporary, some are recoverable disabilities. So we have to classify them. हमको उसमें कौन सा परमानेंट रहने वाला है? सो ट्रीटमेंट इज लॉन्ग टर्म ट्रीटमेंट. सो फाइनेंशियली, फिजिकली, मेंटली, it should be possible for the patient to take that treatment. So everything comes into picture, and occupational performance is influenced by social, cultural, human, non-human environment. There are components. Now these are medical parts. So these are means in previous slide we saw the lifestyle, that is from patient's point of view, but now here the therapist point of view, what all things we have to take into consideration. Motor functioning, that is range of motion. I have few slides in details. What is the range of motion? What is muscle strength? We have to always compare the strength of the patient with the normal strength or normal range of motion. In colloquial language, range of motion means flexibility. Muscle power means muscle strength. Muscle tone is muscle pressure or tension on the muscle, which is comparative to normal tension, whether there is hypertonia or hypotonia. Hypotonia is paralysis or weakness, whereas hypertonia is few muscles groups or few body, half body becomes hypertone, the other body is normal. So hypertone is excessive tone. There is a rigidity, strong rigidity. You physically you can't, even a person himself, the patient खुद अपने को सीधा हाथ सीधा करना, पैर को चलाना नहीं कर सकता है. He needs help to correct that movement, for to stretch that rigidity. So functional use, gross and fine motor skills. There are many means, right from the gross skills, that is suppose walking or moving your hip joint. There are fine motor skills. Now in the hand itself, we have simple grasps. Then there are grips. How many grips are there? There is 3 point chuck. That is how do you, when you write, you need thumb and two fingers. Then there is a cigarette grip. That is when you hold paper between first index finger and middle finger. Then there is we can say 5 jaw chuck. That is 3 jaw chuck is 3 fingers. Then there is a 5 fingers tips grip. So different grips are tested. So fine motor skills are also tested. Suppose the hand gets caught in the machine. जो मशीन पे काम करने वाला वर्कर है, उसको अगर हैंड इंजुरी है, वो भी ऑन द नॉर्मल डोमिनेंट साइड, दैट इज अ राइट हैंड पर्सन, राइट हैंडेड पर्सन एंड राइट हैंड कट हो गया, तो then we think immediately change over the dominance, start doing activities with the left hand. So make him do activities with the left hand along with the recovery treatment to the right hand, so that you will put forth different goals. उसके सामने ऐसा लक्ष्य रखो, सम लक्ष्य जो लॉन्ग टर्म है, इंटेंजिबल है, सम जो लक्ष्य टेंजिबल है उसको बताओ कि देखो बाएं हाथ से आप लिख सकते हो क्या, enjoy the new learning. See, when you learn something new, you immediately become positive. Oh, मेरे लाइफ बाएं हाथ से, if you know, Gandhi ji was writing together with simultaneously with both hands together. See, this is a new skill you start developing. So the paralysis on the right side, whole paralysis, hemiplegia we call, hemiplegia on the right side of the body. Now that person, we are very, see, we have to remain optimistic. The patient is pessimistic. So we tell them, oh, it may take 1 month or one year for developing fine skills of the right hand. But that doesn't mean you can't write with the left. See, we have two brains, and both brains have been bestowed on all the skills, but they are dormant. So when you give some activity, when you train, what is training? It is reconditioning. When you train the other dormant sleeping, जो सोए हुए brain cells है, आप उनको activate करते हैं through senses. You give through activities, make them do. You give sensory modalities. Now next is sensory integrative function. What is that sensory integration? In sensory integration, see, integration is wholly bring about activation. सेंसरी मोडालिटीज कौन कौन सी है? बहुत है. आप टच करो, प्रेशर दे दो, प्रिकिंग, पिन प्रिकिंग इज देयर, यू अप्लाई ब्रश, कोर्स एंड फाइन सेंसेशन. So find out which sensations are intact. Make use of, sometimes pinching and pricking will activate the brain cell. Patient or acupressure and acupuncture is based on these only. Then there is body scheme problem. What is body scheme problem? See, paralysis patient immediately after stroke, it is called stroke patient. That is, half brain is getting involved. Part of the cells or few cells depending upon the area and region of the brain. So body scheme means person forgets that I have the body on the opposite side. If the problem is in the right brain, the affection is in the right side में problem होगा brain में, तो left body is affected. And person forgets that there is a left hand, there is a left eye, left body. So when he turns on the right side, he forgets that I have left side. He can't turn because the body becomes like rigid. It is becomes stone like, पत्थर की तरह body बन जाती है. And he doesn't see on the left side also. So that body scheme problem, there is a forget, the body, brain forgets that I have body on the opposite side. Right from that day, that problem, we start treating the patient. There is problem with stretch, posture. There are problems with sensory motor integration is a treatment. Cognitive function. What is cognition? Cognition is also the bodha. We can say akalan, understanding. So written, verbal communication, concentration, problem solving, time management, conceptualization, integration of learning. I will not go into the details of all these. Psychological functioning. Here came the role of mind. See, emotion, there first is emotional impact. जो भी कोई पेशेंट बनता है, he becomes negative. Why? Because he has an emotional attack, feeling, coping of behavior, defense mechanism, and here the role of upbringing comes into picture. आपके माँ बाप अगर घर में बोलते होंगे, oh what will happen, the child right from the birth and upbringing जब होता है, तब उनके सामने उनके माँ बाप रहते हैं, उनके people around them, उनके friends रहते हैं. Those who react negatively, worrying, fear, anxiety, they will pick up the same. And so the coping of behaviors depends on your ancestors, your parents, defense mechanisms, motivation, positivity, self-identity, self-concept, their self-identity and self-concept. See, nature and nurture are two things. Nature is whatever you bring by birth, inherent, and nurture is what is environmental. So your self-identity and self-concept, they are forming during your, along with your nature, and nurture plays very important role. So if you are in good atmosphere, you can cope up very well. And social functioning, of course, group interactions. During this corona pandemic, you know the importance of society. Human being is a social animal. आप समाज के बिना नहीं रह सकते. समाज is nothing else. समाज starts with your family, then neighbors, then society, then the state, then the nation, and the whole universe. So your group interactions are very, very important. And activity analysis, I will give little focus on this. What is activity analysis? In physiotherapy, we talked about all the exercises. In occupational therapy, every exercise is converted into an activity. Activity is, it is understandable by patient. आप पेशेंट को बताते हैं, आप हाथ ऊंचा करके वो बॉल निकालो ऊपर से, तो that active exercise gets converted into an goal oriented activity. And the foundation of OT is on activities. So each and every activity, it has to be analyzed. During our tenure in our college days, we learned about art, craft, carpentry. I myself, we all have done woodworks, wood carving, wood cutting, making articles out of wood, rug weaving, different types of weaving, embroidery, that is knitting, tatting. We have learned chair caning, knitting, different types of stencil painting, that make potato painting, make rope painting, make a thread painting, or make out of x-rays we made stencils, and we painted the we had to present the projects out of all the art and craft. Why? Because they bring about calming down, they make you focused, they give you tangible, intangible goals, long-term goals. If a person is going to be in the bed for 6 months, paraplegic wards, we have neurological wards, paraplegic wards, who are in the wards for 6 months. So we give them activity to keep their mind engaged. So art and craft is important from a practical point of view. 1 minute, I can't start this. I can see.
Ma'am, can I ask you one question, please? One query.
Yeah, please go ahead.
In the previous slide, you had told that cognitive therapy. Just I wanted a simple idea about that cognitive functioning. Yes, this
Yeah.
is. I just can't understand what exactly it is, because I had heard many about this. So
See, what is cognition? What is cognition? In Marathi, we can both understanding. Now there are different. See, 5 senses have 5 subjects, say with eyes we see, but seeing is not sufficient. Okay, with prana. Now in yogic language, if I that will be easier. With just seeing is will not be there. There will not be understanding. Yes. So make a meaning out of that sensory inputs is called a cognition. So now comprehensive writing, written, verbal communication. So you give inputs through seeing, through verbal inputs, uh, auditory, tactile, then all 5 senses you make use of it. So you try your best for healing the patient. Time management, for example. Now, patient is patient, he doesn't know about the time. But especially long-term bedridden patients, these things are very, very important. Just fracture on the left side of the hand, person can start the day one, he can start the activities. But for a person in the bed for a long time, he has to learn time management also. That we have to make them aware that you are in the bed and you have your goals, you have to resume it back. You have to, sometimes there is no motivation. Motivation means मुझे काम पे जाना है. Sometimes people start enjoying their patienthood. Means क्या कि patient को क्या है कि now I am patient, I will make use of it for making others work for me. Self-centeredness. So cognition means everything that you have to conceptualization. What is conceptualization? Body concept, mind concept, that awareness of their duties. This everything comes under cognitive functioning. Integration of learning. You have to, okay, you have forgotten. आपको नहीं आता है. Let us learn that again. That is that all the things come under cognitive functioning. Am I clear?
Ma'am, now
Yes,
recently
ma'am.
my
Yes,
father-in-law,
ma'am.
my father-in-law, he got a fracture of 2 fractures. So he's on bed. So we do like that only. We give him boxes to make. We are into jewelry business. So that
Yes.
wood paper ka boxes he makes, wooden boxes. So
Correct.
he, the moment he like little also time he gets, he starts making like so he's feeling like and he counts then today how many I made, today how many. So he feels
Yeah.
nice doing that,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. So that is all. Cognitive functioning means this is see why we have split them into 5 topics: psychological, social, cognitive. It comes under all the I mean all 5 heads. Everything I mean that you can call cognition. Okay, understanding, proper understanding. Now next, here I have one beautiful. Video, small video, 2.5 but it is not opening here. At the end of the slideshow, I will again re-enter with this, and I will show you if possible, if time permits. Uh, then how physio? See, ideally, when I was in All India Institute of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation. It is at Hajeli. There was a teamwork for each and every patient. Patient used to be presented in, and like the whole team used to sit together. Medicine, my doctor, surgeon, physician, occupational therapist, physiotherapist, speech therapist, nursing staff, social worker, and community, especially for long-term patients, because a long-term patient, nobody should feel that I'm treating the patients. It is a teamwork. Patient, if the patient, rehabilitation is the key word of physiotherapy. There are lots of slides are there. There are 98 slides. I'm going to run fast now. So physio and occupational therapy, now we are going together. It is a 3.5 years course with anat, physio, pharmac, patho. You have your PPT or PDF with you. I'm not going to read even the slide, but 1 year internship, that is 8 hours per day for internship for 1 year, and 4 hours a day right from the day one. 3.5 years was a real experience through it, during which we learn. Now, as I said, these are the 3 pictures. Left up is range of motion of the knee. Right up is range of motion of the shoulder. We measure it with different devices are there. Goniometer is the device which we measure this. And hip joint. See the range of, we say in Uttita Eka Padasana, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees. Okay. And these are the normal range of motions. You can go through your PDF later. Muscle strength. This is very important while deciding the goals for the patients. Means we do manual muscle testing. That is, now we all know that we have 639 muscles in our body. We have 206 bones in our body, in the whole body. So all the muscles can be graded, especially the limbs which are moving. Even the finger, small thumb, each and every muscle of the thumb and finger, we are able to measure through 0 to 5 grades. 0 means no muscle contractility, 1 is slight flicker. If you tell the patient to move, it is more than 2. But if the muscle is not moving, and if you put a pin prick and you see the literal flicker, it is called 1. 2 is eliminating gravity, that is you move the part horizontally, but you can't move it vertically, then it is called muscle power 2, 2 plus, 2 plus plus, but not 3, because now simple, you sit on the chair and you straighten the knee. If you are able to straighten, you will say muscle power 3 is positive plus. Now if you put a load of some half kg, if the person is minimal with minimal resistance, if the patient is straightening the knee, then quadriceps muscle is 4. Now you put maximum weight, add the weight, 2 kg, 1.5 kg. If the patient is able to take the weight, then his muscle power is normal. Similarly, we grade all the muscles. Now, areas of practice in OT and PT together. Physiotherapy, physical, mental, and community or social practice. Different settings. There are different settings because acute is physical, mental health setting is in the hospital. Generally, acute patients, the problem is still active. Abhi abhi kuch hua hai. So, physiotherapy and OT starts right from the day one in the hospital. Subacute settings could be at home, could be at in the hospitals, and chronic outpatient settings. There are clinic or community or in the house. Now physiotherapy, there are specialties now. Now, as we all know, modern science. I just went through Google yesterday and tried to find out the branches of modern medicine. There are more than 40 branches of modern medicine. So orthopedic, neurology, cardiopulmonary, pediatric, orthopedic is related to musculoskeletal system, neurology is related to nervous system, cardiopulmonary is related to respiratory, cardiac and cardiovascular, that is circulatory and respiratory system. Pediatric is any system in the children less than 12 years. Geriatric is old age after 60s. Sports is during activity of the sports. Psychiatry is mental problem. See, all the in all these problems, all these sections, और ये इसमें physiotherapy and occupational therapy can intervene, treatment दे सकते हैं. Now, for example, orthopedics, you all know this. I'll go further. ज़्यादा जिसमें फायदा है, ज़्यादा जिसमें बता सकते हैं, मैं आपको बताना चाहती हूँ. Neurological. These are all cases. Gynecological, obstetrics also have prenatal, perinatal, postnatal. See, perinatal is you can do normal delivery with control of your breath. If you know how to breathe before, during your pregnancy, during your delivery and post-delivery, breathing patterns are different, physical patterns are different. Abdominal perineal muscles, they are very important. Pelvic floor muscles, gynecology, obstetrics, pediatrics, cerebral palsy, mental retardation, delayed milestone, psychiatry, all the cases can be treated. This is a rehabilitation. Only medicines will not help. How these branches have developed? See, dheere dheere, when the development takes place, these branches have emerged, and the children, physiotherapy and occupational therapy and psychotherapy, they are the children in modern medicine, because modern medicine started by Hippocrates. It is 200 or something BC. They are more than 3000 or 2000 years, but these are the children. And surgery in different operations also. See that these are the different operations I have enumerated. I need not, you can find out from Google the meanings of it. Then surgical care needs pre-operative, post-operative care. I'm going to mention in the pictures which are coming, आगे आने वाले हैं. So I want to emphasize more in there is a lot of learning in that. So these are the surgical cares. You need to know about the anesthesia. You need to know about the problem to be part to be operated. Then there is a geriatric care. What happens in geriatrics? Old age nowadays. See, in Western countries, physiotherapists and occupational therapists, almost all of them, and there was a great demand for geriatrics. People can afford to pay to a therapist. They don't want to undergo surgery, and they don't want to get hospitalized. So the geriatrics branch came very intensely foreign countries में, and यहाँ से outflow of therapists suddenly, बहुत paying jobs वहाँ create हो गए, nursing and physiotherapists and occupational therapists. So almost more than my class, more than 75%, I should say more than 80% are in foreign countries and only 20% are in India. So this is geriatrics, and what happens in what happens in geriatrics, we have to understand. In actually, this happens in everybody. Inactivity in pandemic, this corona pandemic, we are experiencing all these things. This is a vicious cycle. uh, in stress, today's stressful situation, the same cycle applies. See, no wrong diet, poor activities, poor exercises, and mental stress or emotional stress. This triad starts working negatively. When starts working negatively, you get caught in stress, effects of stress in your body. Now, inactivity causes muscle weakness. We call it disuse atrophy. Disuse means non-use or less use or wrong use. It causes muscle weakness. Muscle forgets its activity. It loses its capacity. Then there is a lack of strength to cook, to eat, to wash, to drive, do household duties and shopping. Lack of self-interest. So gradually, if I can't do, let somebody do for me. Then no, because of inactivity, there is a constipation. There is again, why constipation? Gravity. You sit and stand continuously, you get or emotionally you forget about your natural calls also. When you get caught in stress cycle, you get start getting all these symptoms. Then lack of appetite, because there is a lack of constipation. See, आपके घर में अगर कोई old person है, and see our own future also. I never say others. See, Advaita is there because we are also going to get old. So these are the vicious cycles. So constipation. So because there is no digestion properly, there is a lack of appetite. Because there is lack of appetite, there is no food intake. Then loss of weight, then more weakness. It causes deterioration of all the other functions, other systems of the body, and secretion start get accumulating in the lungs. तो बोलते हैं कि लंग में न्यूमोनिया हो गया या चेस्ट फुल हो गया. Then there is contractures at musculoskeletal system. There are contractures. These are all because of inactivity. Tightness. Because of tightness, see, you have to move for some other time. So if you start moving, then there is a pain because there is a tightness. Then there is a renal dysfunction. Renal dysfunction because of again inactivity. There is urine incontinence. See, if you know urinary bladder, uh, uh, as you become old, simple sneezing and coughing also, there is a dribbling of urine. It is called urinary incontinence, or bedwetting also takes place. If we do pelvic floor muscle exercise, that is Moola Bandha, Ashwini Mudra, they are very important. Hatha Yoga says, go on doing Ashwini Mudra throughout your day, 100,000 times during as you grow old. If you do Ashwini Mudra, your or Moola Bandha intermittently, these pelvic floor muscles get strengthened up. And but you have to be awareness is the key. That cognition, you should be aware of your own body cycles. And edema in the feet, edema in the hands. Then there is a heart failure, edema in the heart also. So that edema causes again secondary effect on lungs. So lungs on heart and on lungs. So there is this vicious cycle. And because all of this, there are psychological effect also. Depression causes all these effects. All these effects on the other systems causes depression. There is insomnia. Insomnia is not only related with age today, it is with all the disorders and all emotional problems. Then there is a deep vein thrombosis. See, stagnation, no movement, there is a clot. Thrombosis means clot. And embolism means that clot formed in particular blood vessel or in particular part, any part of the body get detached from. वहां से वो खून की जो clot होती है, गांठ होती है, वो वहां से निकल जाती है, बिकॉज ब्लड इज फ्लोइंग, समटाइम्स यू आर वॉकिंग द ब्लड फ्लो इज मोर, तो उधर से निकल जाती है, वो ब्लड में घूमती है, एंड वाइटल ऑर्गन्स जो अपना हार्ट है, लंग्स है, ब्रेन है, किडनी है, या इन द लोअर बॉडी लेग्स में, इट इज इन द डीप वेन्स और आर्टरीज में अगर क्लॉट आता है तो उधर वहां पे ब्लड सप्लाई टू दैट पर्टिकुलर क्लॉट बिकम्स लेस, एंड देयर इज pulmonary embolus. Embolus means moving clot. Thrombosis means stationary clot. Stationary मतलब एक जगह पे अगर वो clot जम जाता है, if that clot if the in the coronary artery, that is in the heart artery, there is a clot, we got it deposits of fatty tissues, okay, collagen deposits or something, so then वो clot से heart attack आता है. If that clots get detached from there and gets lodged in pulmonary lungs, there is a pulmonary embolus, or it goes into kidney, or it can go into the brain, and there is a paralysis or secondary effects. And these are all the problems, physical conditions which we treat. Arthritis. Now the problems are, now lots of slides are there about arthritis. What is arthritis? There are itis means inflammation anywhere, conjunctivitis, arthritis, colitis. Itis means inflammation. There are 5 signs: pain, redness, swelling, temperature, loss of function. Algia means pain, and arthralgia means pain in joint. Arthron means joint. See, I've written here. And Maya means muscle, Mayo or Maya. So pain in muscle, pain in joint, osis means degeneration. Now, from yogic point of view, I have prepared this slide, Adija and Anadija Vyadhi. I'm not going to mention about details, but Anadija is cause is not in the mind, it is in the body. So infection, injuries, tumors, they cause problem, then it is arthritis. You either if it is organic or functional, means it is the problems are in the stress mind. तो माइंड प्रॉब्लम इन द माइंड, और शरीर में उसके मैनिफेस्टेशंस, प्रगटीकरण होता है शरीर में. ऑस्टियोआर्थराइटिस, स्पॉन्डिलोसिस, दिस नॉट इज नो ऑर्गेनिज्म कॉजिंग द प्रॉब्लम. रूमेटॉइड आर्थराइटिस, गाउट, psoriatic arthritis, ankylosing spondylitis, fibromyalgia, these are all the symptoms. Inability to use that part, morning stiffness, malaise, weight loss, poor sleep, muscle aches and pains, okay, difficulty in moving the joint, and regardless of type, are कुछ भी cause may be anything, but the effect is pain, swelling, joint stiffness, warmth and disability. This is the normal joint of the body, which is moving joint. Synovial joint, musculoskeletal system आपने पढ़ा है, तो you all know. So this is a degenerated joint, osteoarthritis of the knee. Okay, this is again the same. There is a wrong body alignment because of the only part of knee is getting degenerated more. Gap kam ho gaya. Gap ho gaya is not the right terminology. It is gap kam ho gaya. Gap should be there. Normal joint space has to be there. And there is a good cartilage which is not visible in X-ray. See the hip joint, which is normal joint, hip joint, and rheumatoid arthritis. Then this is a neuromuscular class, a neuromuscular supply of the body to the skin. This is a left side is the spine, and colorful portion is the spinal cord, which is a diagrammatic here. Really it is not colorful. And see the normal supply. We occupational therapists and physiotherapists, we all know this, how the supply takes place. And if you are telling me, oh, I have got tingling and numbness in the thumb, oh, immediately I come to know, oh, there must be the problem in C6. Or if you say in the first 2 fingers and thumb, so it is the problem of C7 and C6. So this is just manifestation. So you need not go for MRI and X-ray immediately. Depending upon your symptoms, we come to know. And if so you are getting foot drop, no, you can't lift the foot. That means there is a problem with S1 nerve, and the problem is in spine. So this slides tell you, if the problem is in the cervical, this particular localized portion, the symptoms are there either in, see, half migraine, see, headache, then there is scapular pain, then there is tingling, numbness, weakness in the hand, similarly sciatic nerve. So see, these symptoms are spread all over. The problem is in the spine. These are the again degenerative process. You can go through in a deeper एस्पेक्ट आप थोड़ा ज्यादा उसको ऑब्जर्व करो तो see this slide is telling you vertical view of the your vertebra. This is a slip disc, this is a disc, this is a front of your body, this is the back of your body. तो आपका forward bending posture में if there is a slip disc, it causes, this is a nerve and it causes pressure on the nerve. So if you have pain in the neck or in the back, in forward bending, just avoid that. Don't go cross your limits, because your limit, if you cross the limit, the symptoms will aggravate more. And I have not given that slide. How this is a content disc. The material has not come out of the body. See, this is the material. This is a core of the disc, and these are the fibers of the disc. The material comes out. Till that, before there are 3-4 chances, thoda sa pain hai, thoda sa pain hai. Don't do that, but get rid of through simple exercises, and then go ahead. So these are the, so you have to go with your signals of the body. You need not go for directly for MRI. Go with your signals. If your body is telling you no, don't do, you do go with your limits. Do breathing, prayatna shaitilya, seram sukhamasana. They have to be strictly followed. Physical therapy, these are all modalities used. Occupational therapy, rapport building. You have to have good connect with patient. Rapport building is you, unless the patient is getting connected with you, will not open up. He will not cooperate with you. You will not get the good results. Your good results depend on your rapport with patient, and when you work together, oneness in patient. So that oneness, see, dharma and karma go together. Your duty of physiotherapist or occupational therapist is to give the best of your knowledge to the patient, and duty of patient is to tell you everything and to gain help and support by surrendering to you. His duty is to get surrender to the whosoever is treating you. And so then both the connect takes place, and there are bed exercises, normal motor development like child development. This is supine sleeping, then prone sleeping, then turning both sides, then neck holding, then standing, then neck holding, then coming crawl position, then sitting, then standing. This is called normal motor development. We teach each and every patient. He should be able to learn all this. Gait, posture training, activities of daily living. We have so many charts. What patient can do, what patient can't do. Work abilization, for capacity of the patient. Then assistive devices, walker, crutches. Then conventional treatment by modern sciences and orthopedic disorders for all the is bed rest, medication, physio-occupational therapy, cervical collar, lumbar belts, injection therapy, and then surgery. Surgeries are only done in acute fractures or something, or acute paralytic conditions. Okay, then posture is a gauge of mechanical efficiency. It indicates that right kinesthetic sense means movement sense, joint mobility, muscle balance. If you have this excellent, then your posture is good. Posture is right alignment of the body, balance of vital organs, function of the respiration, circulation, digestion, elimination, everything is good if your posture is good. And it is said that if poor postures, see, always when you, if you sit slouch, you are bound to get pain in the low back and the neck. But if you sit straight, you can avoid that wrong effect of your posture on your internal organs as well. So neck and back pain, if poor postures aggravate pain, right and good postures help in relieving the pain. So just correct your posture rather than doing or before going for exercises and movements. And it is a proverb in Turkish proverb. Never, if you have low back pain, knee pain, or low cervical pain, never stand up when you can sit. Never sit down when you can lie down. So again, there is one video which I can't open here. No problem. See, this you all know how to sleep and how to get up. 1, 2, 3, 4 for sleep, getting up. 4, 3, 2, 1 for lying down. You all know. Wrong way of lifting. See the distance between two objects. distance between both legs and your knees are straight here. This is a wrong way. Come closer to the heavier object. See, doctors used to say, oh, you have low back pain? Don't do this. Don't do that. If you have knee pain, don't sit on the floor. Don't do this. Orthopedics is an older blind. Physiotherapy and occupational therapy is a newer science. And they are here, we are here, physiotherapists and occupational therapists, to tell you the right way of doing instead of don't do it. We tell you do it, but in a right manner. And these all slides are telling you the right manner. See, 50-50% knees bend and low back. Don't keep your knees straight and bend 100% in the back. So 50-50% in both. Then don't pull the object towards you because it will aggravate the curve of the lumbar lordosis, as we say in the medical language. This is a curve, concavity. This gets aggravated, but if you push, then it is easier. But if you can, if two persons are there, one can pull, other can push, so object can be moved easily. Then there is a sharing. See, this is drivers. Generally, all the drivers have low back pain. Most of the time they're sitting. See, I nowadays I tell if I come across any driver or if I get a chance to speak, I say don't sit down when your boss is going in the office. Just park the car wherever possible. Go away from the office wherever you get the parking. Pay for it and start moving. Take rounds. Inform your boss. Yeah, don't whatever time you give, just give me a call 10 minutes before you want to sit in the car. I will walk instead of sitting in the car. Then right way of putting the luggage or taking off. See, put one leg. If you bend one leg, your load on the back will get automatically reduced. See this. This is a wrong way, and this is the right way. See, you come closer. So your gravity, body. I mean, the center of gravity comes closer to the floor. So your stability is more. Or do like this. So put one leg on the bed and do the activity. Wrong way of sitting. This will give pain in the low back as well as in the neck. So cervical spondylosis, lumbar spondylosis. Now corona pandemics, youngsters are also suffering very badly. बहुत बुरा हाल है. I am not practicing now. I am retired because I want to practice in yoga more than because I am conveying this in yogic form. I can talk to 40, 50 people. So don't sit for long time. If you sit for long time, sit in the proper manner. Put a table in right way. These two videos are telling. I will transfer the videos also to sir so that he can share it with you. This is the right way. You go into the details when you read the slide. Okay, abdomen is the center of the body. If you take care of abdomen, there is no bone here. Your abdominal muscles, which are three-layered muscles, which are very, very important. If your abdominal muscles are tight, strong, or your abdomen is toned up, then your this will not get aggravated. There is compensatory curve at the neck, in the knees. That will not see here and compare this. So your posture will automatically take care of internal organs also. In protruded abdomen, all the internal organs are lax. Their efficiency is poor. Constipation and all other piles, fissure, then so many, so on and so forth. This is the good way. If you have knee pain, right pillow. This may be looking little bigger, but soft and smooth and very small pillow when you lie down straight, and it should be up to the shoulder. If you put one pillow right in the night, you will not get pain in the knee. Or if a tall person, he can put the leg up for some time, 15 minutes to half an hour. So many posture. This is the relaxing posture. My message for all today, those who are working, non-working, homemakers, or working in office, at least have a nap, power nap, or you can say shavasana in this posture for 15 to 20 minutes. SOS, once a day, twice a day, or thrice a day. If you have multiple joint pain, just give emphasis on this lying down. See, put a small roll of a pillow or a towel below the knee, because to restore the cervical curve, you can, this is very useful. This is a take home message. Actually, you are in the house, so home message I can see. uh, this is a, this is good for heel pain, knee pain, varicose veins, low back pain. This is good for shoulders, for neck. And again, you put you use your japa mantra, positive resolves. आपको जो कुछ करना है, आपका शवासन can be in this. This is a modification of shavasana. This is in side lying posture. Take a pillow, use right pillow in the neck. Shoulder should not be on the pillow in side lying position, which is a common cause of frozen shoulder and cervical spondylosis. See, cervical and shoulder go hand in hand. Sometimes you start getting pain in the shoulder, it reaches the cervical portion. Sometimes you get cervical pain, it gets transferred to the shoulder. So both should be taken care of simultaneously. This is good for low back pain and sciatica. This is also good for all back pain patients. If you have pain in Bhujangasana, Shalabhasana, and during pain, then you can use temporarily this pillow, and later on the pain vanishes and you can remove the pillow. These are all temporary uh, adjustments you do in this position. See, whenever your hands are up, your shoulder muscles get relaxed, and your, those who sit for on computer, use PC for a long time, they should always go for overhead postures rather than overhead exercises. Because see, when in pain, when आपको जब दर्द है, तो exercise, you don't feel like doing exercises. So first, rest and time are the best healers. So you take rest first for 15 to 20 minutes and then go for exercises. This is again for good for knee and for low back. Take a right pillow. This is called a butterfly type pillow. You pull the pillow over shoulders. You feel nice in the neck. Hands are again up above shoulder level. So you're always neck for neck. This is a, these are the modifications in lifestyle. Now you are having material lifestyle. You are having this. You are not having low yogic lifestyle. So you can take help of this lifestyle itself for protecting your needs. My message is, don't stand continuously. Please sit down. Make a small platform or sit on the platform. Especially this pandemic, I'm just transferring this message to all. Wherever possible, don't do doing work in sitting, standing. See, your heels, your knees, your low back, your neck, your shoulders, all are in soup. They will definitely aggravate the pain. Enjoy, sit on the stool, put some video or YouTube on YouTube or study material in front of you in, on a small stool, and do the activity. कितना भी बर्तन साफ करना है, आराम से करो, simultaneously do the work. Proper sitting posture. Go through the slide at your leisure time. थोड़ा detail में पढ़ो. These are the wheelchairs. This is all physiotherapy, occupational therapy prescriptions. This is a tricycle, see, mobility in the society. Okay. Then exercise regime. This is good. This is true for asanas also. Swami Kuvalyananda always said, do the activity according to the need and capacity. Excuse me. I have been given 2 hours time. Am I right? So half an hour still remains. Somebody please.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope you are not bored. 1.5 hours have passed.
No,
Not
ma'am.
at all.
Okay.
It's very interesting, ma'am.
Okay, so cool down. You can eat along with that, because I forgot to tell you that now you have to just enjoy visualization only. So, okay, you can simultaneously carry out your own work. Okay. So Swami Kuvalyananda always gave emphasis. He took yoga on the scientific part. On modern science also he took into the considerations. He did lots of experiments, and his first message was yoga should be practiced as per your need and your capacity. What do you mean by need? What is your age? What is your sex? What is your profession? So what is your need according to your time, according to your um, uh, all capacity and strength and threats of life. So the whole things, lifestyle, you take into the consideration when you said need and capacity. And then only you see at the age of 50, 60 we start doing yoga. Suppose this is the first time you are learning yoga, you have already set your body, your flexibility and strength, and suddenly in the first month itself, if you go for doing halasana, sarvangasana, shirshasana, or bhushirasana, or difficult asanas, see, actually you should not go for it. You should know the capacity very, and suppose if you don't do them, okay, from exam, this problem occurs and patients come to me, yoga teachers come to me, and some yoga teachers go to the orthopedic surgeon and they convey us, oh, nowadays yoga is becoming a main source of patients, orthopedic patients. So we all of us, all yoga fraternity, we should keep in mind that we have to have some goals for our exams also, but we should accept our limitations very well, and we can excel, आप best performance दे सकते हैं within your capacity. अच्छे आसन, जैसे simple ध्यानात्मक आसन भी आप अच्छा कर सकते हैं, and even examiner can judge you in those positions. But unless you accept अभी एग्जाम में करना ही है, तो आप you definitely meet with an accident. So I am giving emphasis on need and capacity. So individualized time of exercise, type of exercise, time, level of activity, frequency, intensity, time, and type was the words used by Dean Ornish, who wrote a book, bestseller book edition on reversing the heart diseases, and he has mentioned all yoga in that book. You can just refer for a heart reversing heart disease, very good book. And he mentioned about FITT, that is frequency, intensity, time, and type of exercises. Now you have to maintain regularity. Satu dirgha kala nairantarya satkara sevito drudabhumi. Then avoid
Name again.
Satu dirgha kala is a
Book name, the book you were telling about.
Dean Ornish. The book name is Reversing Heart Disease, and FITT, that is frequency, intensity, time, and time.
Yes, it is a good book.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Then avoid comparison and competition, which is all daily our yoga teachers are telling us that avoid this, and rest periods, which are last none, and very most important are the rest periods, which are only possible during yoga. They are not. They are, of course, in physiotherapy and occupational therapy we do mention, because the patient is ultimately patient. Uh, though he is impatient to get healed, और उसको जल्दी अच्छा होने की जल्दी होती है, so he sometimes overdoes his activities, exercises. So rest periods are also very important, because you may cross your limit of your energy, limit of your capacity. Then grades of exercises, as I mentioned about the muscle power. So depending upon muscle power, we give the grades. The muscle 0, no muscle, no exercise, person can't move his hand. Then we give passive. Passive means you make use of manual. So a doctor or physiotherapist, of occupational therapist, or any assistant person will move the part. It is called manual. Or pulley, suspension pulley, slings, machine. Active assistive means what? Now the patient has little power. He has 30% power. So I will give support for 70%. But I will see to it that he will go from 30% to 40, 50%, and I will go from 70 to 60, 50%. And I will come towards 0 and he will go towards 100%. That is called active assistive exercise. So active is patient, assistive is by a manual, a person, help of the person. But then active, independent, that is a third level, as I mentioned in the previous slides, of muscle power. So abhi progressive resistive. Now abhi patient can raise his knee up to straightening the level. Okay, sitting on the chair. Now here are few exercises. See, help of patient therapy. This is called vestibular ball. We use it for developing, for vertigos, developing balance. All patients are given this activity. Maybe this is for core strengthening exercises. That is shoulder, whole spine and hip joint comes under core. And we all know that more than 66% muscles are working in this. And this is called stability. For this part, stability is more important. And for hands and legs, mobility is a function of muscles, which is more important. So this vestibular ball is again a gadget. This is called TheraBand. We use for resistance or for assistive also we can use, but since this is elastic, more we use for resistance. This is again a role used for strengthening the knee muscles, which is very, very important. Last 30 degrees of knee strength. Okay, knee has 4 muscles here in the thigh, and first 30 degrees are very important while walking. If you want to walk straight, your first 30% are important. But squatting, sitting on the floor needs remaining all the knee muscles. Okay, uh, go through the knee range of motion. See, knee and elbow have been given 0 degrees to 150 degrees. 0 is this straight knee. Okay, and 50 degrees, that is bending fully. This knee fully bends 150 degrees. Similarly, elbow. So you have to know the range, and you can compare. If the patient has one only right side, एक side में problem है, तो वो अपने normal side पे compare कर सकता है. So our physiotherapists and occupational therapies do goal setting. Tangible, immediate goals are flexibility, that is range of motion, and muscle powers. Okay. Now you see this last picture. ऐसा कोई physiotherapist करेगा तो patient, what will patient do? He will not allow the person to do he will not allow the person to therapist to pull or push, or then there is a resistance, and then there is a jhagda. There is equal and opposite forces fighting against each other. Okay, then sometimes there is muscle tear, or because of this you can say not cooperation. Patient उसको आपको cooperate नहीं कर रहा है. So don't forcefully do that. Sometimes physiotherapists also cross their limit. And here I feel the role of occupational therapy, no, role of yoga people comes into play. After I did my yoga teaching course, yoga therapy course, in S Vyasa, I did 8 days course twice. And I realized the importance of breathing. Actually, I came to yoga again after 15 years of gap to search for search in breathing. There was an episode in 2002 or 3. I was treating a patient of shoulder stiffness, frozen shoulder, a lady of 72 years, and I was passively forcing the patient to correct her shoulder. And she was holding her breath tightly, very tightly, and not allowing me to take the shoulder further. And I realized that because to avoid pain, she's doing that. I just told her, just blow out through your mouth. Don't clench your teeth. Don't hold your lips tightly. Just blow out. Blow is an action. Exhale is a subtle movement, but blow is action. She blowed, and her hand completed the movement automatically. I never felt the resistance. See, the resistance is in the mind, that I will hurt the patient. The patient says, the therapist will hurt me. And so the resistance was in the mind, which she was applying in the body. And as immediately as I told her to exhale out, not exhale, blow out. Blowing is an activity, action. Exhalation is an exercise. So when I converted the exercise into an action, आप योगा में बोलते हैं ना मुखा धौती is an action, but exhalation is a subtle movement. So if you realize the patient about mukha dhauti, then patient's cooperation, whole body relaxes. You know what? When you inhale, there is a wave in the body, which waves contracts all the muscles, head to toe. So your breathing, see, prayatna shaitilyam ananta samapattibyam. What is that ananta samapatti? You keep the awareness at your breathing, breathe in, breathe out. Don't hold the breath in that position. अभी विष्णु जी बता रहे थे कौवा चाल और अपने जो 4 आसन थे. So जैसे नीड है ब्रेथ होल्डिंग या ब्रीदिंग, as per need, you can train your muscles. This is what is important in yoga, and I feel the yoga is more advanced than physio-occupational therapy, because yoga comes in all asanas, all pranayama. What is asana, pranayam, dharana, dhyan, samadhi? Everything is breathing, breathing, breathing awareness. Okay. I took a lot of time in this. This is called, what is called is suspension sling. You can give exercise to all the patients under this suspension sling. Then types of exercises, isometric and isotonic. What is iso? Iso means same. Metric means length. Okay, so same length. See, but force is applied. If you hold the weight in the hands, it's weight lifting or squatting position. So our all the asana final position. Final position in asana, sorry, is isometric contraction of the muscle. Okay, exercises mean contraction. So isometric contraction means final position of asana, and okay, these are the types of exercises. I will come to the contraction in the next slide. Isometric and dynamic and aerobic. See, types of exercises are isometric, means it is a standstill posture. Isometric, dynamic or aerobic, in which there comes walking, cycling. Isotonic, I mean to say here, there should be isotonic, not isometric. Swimming, etc., to increase cardiopulmonary efficiency. So it should be isotonic. And there is stress living, it is breathing exercise. So here status is different for in OT and PT, occupational therapy and physiotherapy, that you deliberately give breathing exercises, not along with other exercises. Now isotonic and isometric contraction. See, you will be very clear about in these 3 slides. Okay, functionally also you can find out. Please read the slides at leisure, at your own leisure. If you don't understand, please call me, but I am sure I will not get call for this reason. As I told you, there is a movement in isotonic contraction, whereas isometric is there is no movement, but there is a change in tension of the muscle. In there length is constant, but tension is changing. Okay, now there is external work done in isotonic. Here there is no external work done, means external movement. Remaining all, you please read. This is a simple slide of isometric. When you are holding a child, it is isometric. When you are what is this called, बच्चों को हम हिलाते हैं ऊपर नीचे, so then this is a isotonic contraction. Again, activity based. Okay, this is again the same. Now why you get muscle fatigue? When repeated contraction or sustained contraction. आपको बोलेंगे उत्थित एक पादासन करो, पैर वो ऊपर 90 डिग्रीज में या 60 डिग्रीज है, whichever is your capacity, just hold a leg and now breathe 10 times. You will immediately come to know whether how long you can keep the leg up. Then later you feel, oh, I can't do, I got the cramps in the thigh muscles. Why that cramp? Because the muscle goes in fatigue. So when you practice the asanas or perfection in asanas, this is overcoming the muscle fatigue through breathing. So you're breathing, when you're holding the muscle leg up, your leg weight is acting as a resistance. So you need not put any weights, extra weights. Now holding with breathing is a typical in yoga. It is not there in physiotherapy and occupational therapy. So far I have not learned. Recent developments I don't know. But this is the excellence of Sage Patanjali, mentioned by Sage Patanjali. I accept him as a Vadatita master. Because the way he has mentioned Sthiram Sukham Asanam, Prayatna Shaithilyam, Ananta Samapatibhyam, and Tato Dvandvan Abhigataha. So the tremors will gradually vanish. You will go towards the perfection if you do breathing in the final posture of asana. And through practices, you will reach the perfection. Now, muscle for long time, it reduces the strength of the muscle, and finally muscle stops responding to any stimulation. It is called muscle fatigue. And cramp, what is cramp? Cramp is inability to relax after contraction. तो आप बोलते हैं ना spasm आया, catch आया. Suppose if you are not used to do Paschimottanasana and you put lots of efforts, go beyond your capacity, आपको पेट में दुखता है suddenly, तो क्या करना चाहिए? Just breathe in and out in position, you will come to know your capacity. So आप जब आसन करते हैं तब you reach at certain level, start breathing in and out, breathing, inhale, exhale. Difficult asanas, you start doing Mukhadauti also, Pavana Muktasan, holding the legs towards your tummy. You feel the short of breath. Wherever you feel the short of breath, start doing Mukhadauti. Take help of Mukhadauti. Of course, it is not a right way. Patanjali doesn't mention. He mentions about Prachardana Vidharana Abhyam, but he doesn't mention about this Mukhadauti. But SOS, you have all the modalities of breathing, open or ways of breathing. आप कौन सी भी तरह से breathing करो, reach towards perfection. But in the perfection, you have to be very disciplined. So yoga is again discipline. Why does that cramps occur? Why does that cramp occur or that tremors occur? Because of poor oxygen supply, energy consumption is more, and lactic acid accumulation, which is very important. But if you breathe, you convert that anaerobic. Without oxygen, there are tremors, there are cramps. But if you start breathing, there starts oxygen supply. How do you get oxygen? During this pandemic, I want to mention, for breathing movements, see, you give when आपको, this is a pandemic. This pandemic is a problem of your respiratory system. आपको hammer किया जा रहा है. Fear factor is being created. I don't know whether this is right or wrong, but allopathy is going towards a trap of, by creating fears of names, by symptoms and negative what you call impact of the on the mind. You can come out of this fear through breathing. And आपको बताया जाता है आपको breathing mask लगाना है. Recently I heard a case, 32 years, excellent athlete, corporate manager, high level position. He applied mask and ran for 5 kilometers and collapsed on the spot because his PO2 came down. But he was not checking PO2. He was running. Don't do with anything with mask. Don't do any exercise. No, nothing. Don't do in a collective manner. But no mask during exercises, asana. Secondly, exhale more than inhale. Give more than take. So distribute the give. When you take out carbon dioxide from the body, see, total percentage of the gases is fixed, whether it is oxygen. So your oxygen plus carbon dioxide constant in proportion in the body is constant. If you take out carbon dioxide, oxygen will get the place. So our pranayam also says the same thing. Exhale more than inhale, give more than take. So you have to remember this in to avoid muscle fatigue. Now Swami Vivekananda says yoga should not remain a thought process. It should become a socially relevant, and best of east, that is spirituality, Vedanta, yoga should be combined with West, that is science and technology, to for the welfare of mankind. Is it not the Advaita he is spreading? He never said West is bad or East is good. He said best of both should be combined. He said that IT should be used for removing the poverty. That's why he is called a modern thinker. He was a wandering monk, but he never, and he with open eyes, he accepted everything good that is prevailing in the Western society and India. And he उन्होंने अपने बैड प्रैक्टिसेस और बैड थिंग्स इन द ईस्टर्न अवर कंट्रीज आल्सो ही अटैक्ड, उन्होंने ये किया. सो ही इज अ रियल अद्वैता, he spread the real Advaita. Now last few slides on yoga. I'm not going into the details because you all are conversant about all the things I'm going to mention in these slides, but they are in nutshell. Why we have connected in the topic, I have not been given about yoga. It is a physiotherapy and occupational therapy, but we are all students of yoga, and we must know. We feel that I am not a medical student. I always felt that yogic people are genuinely taught about the philosophy, okay, philosophy of life, which is not true with physiotherapists and occupational therapists. They are treating the patients. But we carry forward the beacon of message of Swami Vivekananda that we are using yoga for welfare of mankind. Though we lack the knowledge of medical faculty, our older generation, they never had exposure for medical faculty, but they were living a yogic lifestyle without modern knowledge of modern science. Then why should we yogic people feel inferior? Sometimes we feel inferior. Oh, I don't have this knowledge. I don't have the knowledge of modern science. But our sages and seers, they never learned anything, any science on dissected body, on a cadaver. They learned everything from meditation. They learned every system, all our scriptures. They tell Garbhopanishad tells about prenatal, perinatal, and postnatal. If we learn Garbhopanishad through meditation, whatever is told, we learn. Do Sravana, Manana, in Nididhyasana. So if you do, that is a message of Vedanta. So if you do that and meditate on asana, meditate on pranayama, what happens inside? Instead of learning from medical sciences, it doesn't matter if you don't have that knowledge. Whatever is learned through yoga, we can go in the deeper and deeper in the ocean of yoga. That is sufficient. So yeah, we'll start with role of yoga. Of course, now the world has accepted yoga as science of mind. Patanjali Yoga Sutra is a Bharatiya Manas Shastra, Indian psychology. And according to yoga, now I have started with stress. Why? Because stress means disease. Stress means illness. And we call all these illnesses, diabetes, hypertension, joint pain, arthritis, everything, depression, as psychosomatic disorder. So stress means imbalance at the level of mind, reflecting or getting percolated in the body. And so physiotherapy and occupational therapy, they are for patients. So similarly, yoga is applied for these disorders, and stress is result from the stream of unending desires, materialistic nature. So the cause of problems is in Bhagavad Gita is unending desires, vasana. So we have to go into the deep causes of Bhagavad Gita. We have to learn through yoga that yoga is a systematic process of calming down the mind. This is not, yoga is not for treating diseases. It is not meant for diseases, though Yoga Vasistha has mentioned about through dialogue of yoga sage Vasistha and Rama, that why the diseases occur, and he plus then analyzes all the diseases process, Sara, Samanya, so Vyadhi, Adija Vyadhi, so psychosomatic illnesses. So if you want to learn, we can go through these scriptures. And yoga is a science of holistic living, consisting of holistic value system, featured by health and wealth, bliss and poise, harmony and efficiency. So they have not mentioned, it is not relative concept, it is an absolute concept, not related to illness, disease. So absolute is yoga. So yoga works towards restoration of normalcy in all the system. See, you go for Swarupa Darshana and you get the side effects as healing. So yoga is a preventive and cure is a side effect. See, yoga is preventive means what? You follow the practices of yoga as a lifestyle. You do everything during for your life before you start living the life. That is at the age of 8. So you learn all the practices at the place of guru, under the guidance of guru, so that you will not have to face the illnesses, problems. So yoga was not meant for cure; it was for prevention. So we saw the in the previous slide why the problems occur. They're psychosomatic. So psycho is hypothalamus, mind, okay, emotions and mind. So the hypothalamus is supposed to be the center during your nervous system. You must have learned that hypothalamus is a center for thoughts. It gets percolated through pituitary and nervous system to the organs. But if your spirit is alive, if you're aware of your spirit, then the problem you can overcome all the problems. So HPO axis has been described in modern medicine. You can set up SEM axis through yogic practices. So modern sciences now has started accepting that because behind all the problems, sorry, behind all the problems, there are endocrine immune system. See, pandemic, again, corona pandemic. Then through neuro, through psycho. So there is everything behind problem is psycho. So now they have accepted that there is a psycho, neuro, immunology, and endocrine. See, neuro endocrine axis behind organ problems. Any problem in the body, the cause is psycho. So now fast developing psychology and psychiatry sciences are there now. Holistic approach is human existence. We all know Taittiriya Upanishad has mentioned Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Annamaya Kosha. These are all practices. Different practices at the different level are physical are Annamaya Kriyas and diet. Energy problem, that is Pranamaya Kosh, is more pranaya, mental practices. Wisdom, that is Vijnanamaya Kosh, and spiritual. Along with that, there is a expression of all these practices in Ashtanga Yoga are manifested in Karma, Dhyana, Jnana, and Bhakti Yoga, as mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Final message of our this presentation is, of course, through yoga and through our scriptures, is what is the purpose of our life, which is not mentioned in physiotherapy and occupational therapy. It is a short-term goal. Of course, there is a physical happiness. हमको शरीर को सुखी रहना है. So physical goals are there, mental goals are, happiness are there. But our yoga says परोपकारार्थ idam shariram. यह शरीर किस लिए है? परोपकारार्थ, for others. If you live for yourself but for others, then you will be happy physically. Isha chintanartham idam manaha. So there is a spelling mistake here. चिंतनार्थ, चिंतनार्थ हो गया है. इदम मनहा, मन में पूरा ईश्वर भाव. मैं किसमें अपना स्वामी श्लोकार्धेन प्रवक्ष्यामि यदुक्तम ग्रंथ गोटिवि ब्रह्म सत्यम जगन मिथ्या जीवो ब्रह्मैव नापरा. Jiva Brahma are not separate. Adi Shankaracharya said this. So we have to go towards Brahma Jnana, that we are all same, and that Ishvara is me and Ishvara is not different. And so I have to realize that through Viveka Jnana. It is we all know Viveka Jnana. I'm not going into the details. That is Buddhi, real wisdom, which will take me to the Brahma Jnana. So I'm ending here exactly after 2 hours, and thanks a lot for being a patient
Thank you, ma'am.
audience.
Ma'am, I
Thank you
just
so much.
One minute.
Ma'am?
At the start, I forgot to thank and express my gratitude towards Somaya University and Rudraksha sir, Prachi Pathak madam for giving me an opportunity. I don't say I'm excellent. Because of yoga I'm here, and I thought I should convey my experiences through these presentations, that and boost up the energy and knowledge of and courage of our yoga teachers, my fellow yoga teachers, through these presentations. And so I thank Somaiya College in general and all these personnels. Thanks a lot, and thanks to all